Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kassandra and today we're doing a 15-minute Hatha yoga class to relieve lower back pain. Let's begin in an easy version of child's pose, keeping your knees together, melting the heart forward. Soften your shoulders over the knees and reach your arms back behind you. If the forehead doesn't quite make it down on the mat, you can always place a block or a pillow under there. Part of our practice will be doing restorative poses like this one, which help relieve any tension you might have in your lower back. And the other part of our practice will work to strengthen the back as well as strengthen the core. And we'll do some twisting poses as well, which is a great way to increase the mobility through the spine. So stay in this child's pose for a little while longer, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, allowing the hips to be heavy over the heels and the belly to be soft, maintaining a very natural, gentle curve in the spine. Start to ease your way back up, coming up onto hands and knees. Tabletop pose, take cat and cow. Do it in a circle variation, so you're tracing these large circles with the hips and with the shoulders. Really, you are going through the same motion as you would in cat and cow, but you're engaging the sides of the body as well. And reverse the circles in the other direction. Come back through to center and step your right foot forward in between your palms for a low lunge. And we'll bring our palms onto the top of the thighs, round your spine as you pull your thigh away from you. So a little bit of a traction here. Chin drops in towards the chest. Let's release. And we'll take a twist from here, so keep your left palm down on the mat and reach your right arm up towards the sky. Focus on rolling your right shoulder back, dropping the hips a little lower. Bring your right hand back down on the mat, curl your back toes under, and then slide your left knee behind your right ankle, coming into a seated twist. Bring your right fingertips behind you as you inhale, left arm reaches up. And on the exhale, move deeper into the twist by hooking your left elbow to the front of your right thigh. Opening up the chest, keep both sits bones firmly planted down on the mat. And try to maintain length in the lower back, so you're not rounding forward. Unwind and come back through to center, uncrossing the legs, coming back into your tabletop pose. Step your left foot forward, finding a low lunge, and this time you're going to bring your palms onto the upper thigh, round the upper back as much as you can, and then pull that thigh away from you. Tailbone reaches down to flatten the lower back. Let's release. Palms down on the ground, still in your low lunge. Make sure your left knee is not going past the ankle. You're going to keep your right palm flat on the mat and reach your left arm up for a twist. 2 very deep breaths right here. Only looking up if it's comfortable for the neck, otherwise just keep your gaze down. Left fingertips come back. Slide your right knee behind your left ankle for your seated twist. Reach your left fingertips behind you, and as you inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your right elbow to the inner left thigh crease and twist a little bit deeper. Feel the lower belly pull in and up to protect your lower back. Without holding the breath, take another inhale through the nose. Exhale, release, come back through to center. And this time, keep your feet and legs out in front of you and do a reverse tabletop pose. Palms underneath the shoulders, feet underneath the knees. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Keep the belly nice and strong. Knees are hip width distance apart. Engage the core a little bit more as you press and lift the hips higher. And set the hips back down, coming to seated. We'll take a forward fold from here, so straighten your legs, but bring your right knee in. Reach your right arm in front of that leg and clasp your fingertips behind the back and fold forward. You can bend your left knee as much as you need to here. It really does not need to be perfectly straight. Come on back up and let's take a twist. Cross your right foot over the top of your left thigh. Reach your right fingertips behind you as you inhale, left arm up. And on the exhale, find a twist. This time just grab a hold of your right thigh and pull it in close towards your chest. So you probably will feel this a little bit more in the glutes and in the hip as well. Crown of the head reaches up towards the sky. Try to stay nice and long. Release, come back through to center and let's switch sides. Bring your left knee in, reach your left arm forward and then back, clasping your fingertips behind you as you round the spine and fold. Lift back up and let's find our twist. Cross your left foot over the right thigh. Bring your left fingertips behind you. Inhale, right arm reaches to lengthen. And then exhale, maintain that length as you twist and draw that left knee in close towards the belly and towards the chest. Feel the left shoulder draw back to open up a little bit more through the front body. Hips are still facing forward. You're twisting from the navel up. Come back to center, and let's go back onto hands and knees, down on all fours, palms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's reach our right leg up and back. Keep the belly really strong here, right toes point down. Squeeze the glutes, and as you exhale, bring your knee to your nose and round the back. Inhale, reach it back, and then exhale, bring it in, knee to nose. Inhale, extend your right leg behind you. Exhale, squeeze it in. Reach your right leg back again. And then set your right knee down on the mat. Switch sides. Inhale, left leg extends. Roll that left hip down and then start to bring your knee in towards the nose. Round the spine. Inhale, extend your left leg back, spread through the toes, reach your heart forward. Exhale, round the spine, knee to nose, lower belly hugs in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach through that back leg. And then set your left knee down on the mat. And let's come to seated again. And lower your way all the way down onto your back. We'll take a few rounds of bridge pose. Keep your feet hip width distance apart and relax the arms. Start to curl your tailbone up as you press and lift the pelvis, lower back, and mid back off the mat. Make sure your knees are still hip width distance apart and you're trying to reach the tailbone towards the knees. Keeping neutral pelvis so there's no compression or tension in the lower back. pressing firmly through all four corners of both feet. Take this out of the neck and out of the shoulders. Use the power in your legs only. And slowly roll all the way back down. Draw your knees in towards the chest and round up, bringing your nose towards your knees as you lift the shoulder blades off the mat, squeezing into a little ball. Reach your fingertips forward, keep the shoulder blades lifted, and straighten your legs. Low boat. A little bit of core engagement here. Try to keep your toes at the same level as your eyes. Bring your knees back in towards the chest, keep the shoulder blades lifted, and then once more, re-extend the legs. Try not to hold the breath. Lower back stays pressing down on the mat. Spread through the toes and the fingertips. One last time, bring your knees in towards you, and let's release the shoulder blades and head back down on the ground. Open up your arms into a T. Let's take a twist. Hips go left, both knees go over towards the right, and I'm going to cross my left thigh over the right to deepen this twist. If that's too much for you, just keep one leg over the other. Make sure your collarbones are still facing up towards the sky so that left shoulder blade stays in contact with the mat. And this laying spinal twist is one of the best poses that you can do to relieve lower back tension. Let's lift the knees back up through to center and switch sides. So shift your hips to the right before dropping the knees to the left. Maybe wrapping your right leg over the left before dropping the knees down. Keep your right shoulder pressing down on the mat. Take deep breaths into the lower back and sacrum. And let's release. I'm going to slide right over towards the wall, and we're going to do the legs up the wall variation. So you just need to get your hips pretty close. Lift your legs up high and just take up as much space as you're comfortable taking here. Soft bend in the knees. And you might find this pose even more beneficial if you spend a lot of your time standing. Let's take a bit of a hip release. You're going to cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh. Keep your right foot flexed and start to bend your knee, left knee, so that the left foot stays towards the wall. And you can adjust how deeply you get into this pose based on how close your hips are towards the wall and how deeply you bend your left knee. So a variation of reclined pigeon. Let's switch sides. Left ankle crosses over the top of the right thigh. Keep your left foot flexed as you bend your right knee. Uncross the legs and lift them back up onto the wall. This will be our final resting pose. If you prefer to do the traditional variation of Shavasana, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, we're going to close and end our practice here. I invite you to stay in this pose for a few minutes, as long as you would like. When you are ready to get on with your day, do so slowly and mindfully. I thank you so much for doing this practice with me. If you enjoyed it, please remember to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thank you again. Namaste.